I always come back with a lot of people telling me that I act like James Carville and sound sometimes like James Carville. And I'm just saying to myself, this shit is kind of crazy. You know what I mean? I mean, this when you get right down to it, I don't know if I'm James Carville, but this is war. This is bullshit. Some of you act like pussies. You don't appreciate the fact that I give you what you want. I don't beat around the bushes and give you shit. I talk about things and do things much like Carville does. He don't give a shit about interests and what should be right for himself and themselves. He does it what he thinks is vital. The message. It may not be pretty to get to you guys. So in many ways, yeah, I could be like Carville. Because this shit ain't pretty. This is war. I said that to Bill Clinton. We went into the Monica situation. I said, hey, man, they don't like you to begin with. You just got to come and get it out there. That's why the American people resonated with Bill Clinton. The president died. They were doing well. They didn't give a shit about anything else, and they went along with it. So I think about that. Rich, what do you think? Well, I think that James Carville has a point. Oftentimes I get criticized because I mock certain people. Like I've mocked the guy at KCBS. The guy who talks like this. I'm Steve Scott. And why do I sound like I got a stick up my ass? Because I just can't convert. I just can't talk like a regular human being. But they send me out here from New York City, pay me a lot of money, and they want me to talk like this because I'm Steve Scott. Well, that's one good thing about Steve Scott. And then he's not. I'm Stephen Langford. I do the morning sports on KCBS, and they think highly of me, just like the other day when the 49ers won. On the next morning sports, I talked about the Valkyries because that's what I do. I like to talk about women's basketball, even when nobody gives a damn, or women's soccer, even though when nobody gives a damn, or about other things that truly don't give a damn about most of the people, but they pay me good money. I know that they like to use my reports during the rest of the week, even when I'm not live, and even when 4 people are listening to me, like on a Saturday, because I'm Stephen Langford. But at least I'm not David Welch or one of our reporters here at KCBS. Did you hear me, David Welch? I'm David Welch. I am reporting live from the Castro, where they're opening up an egg shop. It's going to be a really truly cool little egg shop in the heart of the Castro, where people come from all over the Bay Area. And today I'm reporting live from the egg shop. They don't have an official name yet, but I'm David Welch reporting live from the egg shop. Now we're going to take it over to that wonderful reporter, Jack Ferris, who I don't know why he's on staff, but he is. Let's take it away, Jack Ferris. Hi, I'm Jack Ferris in Union Square, and I've got my microphone. I'm just running around the little fountains near Macy's, and I'm just going to ask people on the street, hey, what do you think of the new Union Square? Is it cool? Is it what? Because I'm supposed to be doing man on the street interviews, and Jenny really likes me. She really thinks I'm part
of the pecking order. Even though I'm a guy, I'm just kind of a cool looking guy, and I got a microphone and I talk like this. And Jenny really digs me. She's many a times looked at me in the newsroom with like those goo eyes, like I'm Jack Ferris, like I just got a microphone and I'm going to walk out and pretend to ask people from Ohio whether or not they really like the new Union Square. I mean, I've heard times, how many times they've seen, San Francisco, the homeless, and Union Square, star NFL players getting stabbed in the chest. Today, I'm going to rock around. I think I'm going to go up by the Nike store and ask people from Ohio if they've had some crab, and just, stick my microphone out and continue to talk like this. Let's go over to Alicia Clancy. She's working the midnight to 5 a.m. shift. And Alicia, what's on your mind tonight? Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. I was just about to do a weather report. It says, "Ooh, we're gonna have some rain. Might be a little muggy kind of rain." God, I sound like Kobe Copes on KNBR. I better watch what I'm saying. But I just came from San Mateo, and I'm like in here. I'm having an apple. Not the computer. I'm having like an apple. Ooh, it's gonna be weird. It's gonna rain, and ooh, that's kind of odd. Huh. Really, an apple reminds me, San Mateo, when I was working at the music station over there, KCSM. Ooh, that was kind of cool in the morning when I did my thing. Oh, geez, if I don't watch it, I'm going to sound like Mary Hughes. For God's sakes, that's that. Oh, one of my other colleagues, Mary, rescue me. Well, I will rescue you, Alicia. And it reminds me of the time, does your situation when I first started at KCBS. They put me on in the middle of the night and told me to act Berkeley-ish, and I whisper into the microphone for a reason because nobody's listening. And I figured if I calm everybody down and present this kind of image that people will talk to me, especially when I do, well, I basically did fuck up in depth. It was a cool Sunday program, but I thought if I talked more, I don't know, organically, that it would sound, like NPR-ish and so forth. And that you, Alicia Clancy, that you would react to it and you'd give me more credit. And that goddamn blogger guy who riffs at me would be a little bit more receptive to my wares.
Excuse me, I'm Inspector Columbo, and I may be bothering you right now, but well, am I bothering you? Am I listening to what I think I'm listening to, which basically I used to listen a lot when I was in San Francisco to KCBS. And in those days, they were pretty cool, But now again, if I'm bothering you, I will completely get out of here. I promise you, I am. All right, I'm here. I'm Yul Brenner. Don't, and I repeat, don't smoke. Otherwise, you could be me. You can be me, or you can be that guy on CNN, Anderson Cooper.
Good evening. I'm Anderson Cooper, and this is AC360. Tonight, we will talk to various characters who made up that Broadway play called Honest Carrot and get their opinions on the latest news from Washington. The president taking part in what was a big news day on Thursday involving the indictment of the former FBI director, James Comey. First, let's go to our correspondent outside the White House, Caitlin Collins, who has more on this. Caitlin. Well, that's right, Anderson. I know for a fact that many of my Washington associates and sources are telling me that this is truly a historic day. They've never seen anything like it, and that they have reached out to me and told me that the president was directly involved with his attorney general, the spoken for attorney general in the western part of Virginia, who actually physically went to the State Department herself and turned down there, went and gave the indictment directly to federal officials in Washington. Well, thank you. Thank you, Caitlin Collins. And we'll be back on 360 in a few minutes. Meanwhile, I've got to go and use the restroom. Thank you.
As I said, they don't call me the Louisiana Lightning for nothing. We have too much rhetoric in this country. Too much. We got to get down to basics and quit, because this is war. I said it when I was with my wife on Meet the Press with Russ. Get rid of pussies. Get rid of pussies and react with anger and disdain and quit being a bunch of assholes. Do your job. Good night.